What's up, World Renowned family? Neil Oates Jr. here, owner of World Renowned Real Estate and author of Homes of Luxury. A couple of things really quickly. If you heard, I did address you as family. So if you are listening to this, that means that you are giving me permission to speak to you as family from a place of love, no hate, no jealousy, anything like that. And then in turn, I am giving you permission to do the same to me in the comment section of this video. I know that there are a million places that you could be instead of right here in front of this screen or looking at your phone right now, so I don't take it lightly. I want to maximize your time. Now, I believe in asking for what you want, so I'm going to do that right now. So if you find this video of value, all I ask that you do is like it and share. Ask you to participate and put comments in as we go forward, as we take this trip and this journey beyond the velvet rope and talk about how to work with the world's affluent, whether they are buyers or sellers. Okay, so we're going to dive right in. This is looking like it's going to be possibly 10 weeks of material. We are going to get a few, impromptu or spur of the moment live Facebook live chats going on. I don't know when those are, but this is going to happen every Monday right here on the Homes of Luxury Facebook page. So make sure that you come back here, that you share, that you send it to any other agents or anyone that you believe that this content would be useful or helpful too. So with that being said, we're going to dive right in. So we're just going to cover 2 points really quickly today. Now, whether they are, point 1 or point 2 is up for debate, but for some people. But for me, I believe they're interchangeable because they are both necessary. So the first one that I'm going to lead with is passion. So when you're trying to go beyond the velvet rope, when we're talking about going beyond the velvet rope, we are talking about working with that next level of clientele. Whether it is international luxury, affluent, whatever you define, even if it's move-up buyers, but for you to get beyond that velvet rope, the first thing that I believe is passion. Because if you don't believe in, and if you don't love, and if you're not passionate about what it is that you're pursuing, when you have the downs, you will find that the flame, starts to die out, and the passion isn't there to fan it. So I believe that is the absolute first part. And the second reason that I believe that passion is so important is because when we're going through the second phase, now I'm going to tell you, the second phase is not the sexy, attractive part, but it is the most exciting part, because if you get this next part down, if you get it done right, then it's going to make everything else you do that much more enjoyable. You will not hear me say the word easy very much as we're talking about going beyond the velvet rope, because I don't believe that anything that is purposeful and meaningful and worth having and building something that lasts is going to be easy. Okay, so as we go beyond the velvet rope, your passion is going to take you, it's going to help you be patient, not patient as in waiting, but let me say it's going to help you endure the time when you're waiting in line. When we talk about the velvet rope, we usually have in our mind maybe an exclusive club VIP scene, and when you're waiting in line to get beyond that velvet rope. So your passion is what's going to help you endure that waiting period when you are in that line. So that leads to one of the biggest and the most critical part next to your passion, and that is planning. I know you thought that I was going to give you something groundbreaking, but when I'm talking about planning, I'm talking about working backwards with the end in mind. So we want to begin with the end in mind. So the vision is what's going to pull you from where you are right now to getting beyond the velvet rope. So when I say that we want to work backwards from the end, with the end in mind, we want to know what is it that we're trying to accomplish and why. Once we know the what and the why, we'll figure out the how. So once you have your eye and once you've made your mind up on what it is you want to achieve and why you want to achieve it, then we'll figure out the how along the path. Now, the vision should not change. Your vision of who you want to work with and how you want to work with them should not change. The specifics, the how, will tweak. But that's why we plan initially up front, and it is such a vital part. If you look at anyone who has had sustained success and an impact in whatever it is that they've done or they're doing, is because at some point they went back and they laid a foundation of planning of how they were going to go from A to Z. Now, did B through Y change? Yes, it did. But they knew and they kept their eye on what that Z was. So planning is one of the most important. Now, so when we're talking about the velvet rope, so getting beyond the velvet rope for you could be working with, affluent international clientele. It could be working with domestic affluent clientele. Now, they are going to be different. That's why the planning phase is so important, because how you contact or how you connect or position yourself to work with international clientele is going to be markedly different from a domestic customer. The same can be said about if you're trying to break into the upper echelon of investment clientele. It's going to be totally different than if you were working with solely celebrity clientele or clients. So that's why we want to think about that in the beginning, so that as we make decisions, as we work on our branding and our positioning and the decisions we make, on the day-to-day, when we have a clear vision of where we want to go on the long run, it's going to make our journey less stressful. Not easy, but less stressful, because we have that in mind. All right. Also, the reason planning is so important is because it removes that barrier of being unprepared. How many times have you guys heard, well, I wasn't ready? So the worst thing that we can do, the worst thing that you can do, is get to the velvet rope and be unprepared to cross over. You never know. You never know when that opportunity is going to come and when it's going to be your chance to break through and get beyond the velvet rope. So being prepared or planning to be prepared means that if you want to work with high net worth or influential investor clientele, part of your planning should be to be well versed and knowledgeable in investment terminology or products or the lingo or the culture. The same thing with if your goal for, or your idea of getting beyond the velvet rope is working with, the Asian culture or the Chinese buyers coming into Miami or Florida or the U.S., wherever they are. But when you know what your plan is and you execute your plan, what you've done is you've removed that barrier of being unprepared. So you can do whatever necessary before you need it. So that's why we always want to be prepared for an opportunity whenever it may come. So those are the two things that I wanted to cover today. That's just purpose and planning, passion and planning. So your purpose is tied to your passion and then planning, of course. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for taking the few moments to watch this. If you guys like it, share it, comment on it. Let me know what it is that you're looking for, so I can tell you next week, next Monday, we're going to talk about, can you swim with sharks? So can you swim with sharks? Let me know if you can swim with sharks in the comment section below. Until then, World Renowned family, love you guys. Peace. Don't be average. Be world renowned.